Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Nikki won't like what's happening. Y&R fans can look forward to Jack engaging in some serious brainstorming as he prepares to confront Victor in a significant way. There will be various strategies for Jack to pursue, but one will hit close to home. Once Nikki discovers Victor's actions, she will have strong objections. Nikki has been attempting to guide Victor towards reconciliation with Jack, or at least persuade him to set aside his vengeful impulses. Yet, deep down, Nikki must have known that this was unlikely to occur. Despite Victor's affection for Nikki, he is not inclined to negotiate peace with Jack on her behalf. Understandably, Victor will face Nikki's anger once she learns about everything, giving Jack the opportunity to take advantage of the tension between them. Shock waves are about to ripple through Genoa City, and Nikki Newman is right at the center of the storm. What's happening behind closed doors is a kind of betrayal and manipulation that Nikki has spent her entire life trying to protect her family from. And once the truth comes out, nothing will ever be the same again. The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for a deeply personal and emotionally charged storyline that targets Nikki's greatest vulnerabilities, proving that even after everything she survived, there are still secrets capable of shaking her to her core. At first glance, Nikki appears calm, composed, and firmly in control, standing beside Victor Newman as she always has. But beneath that polished exterior, trouble is quietly brewing. Private conversations are taking place without her knowledge, alliances are being formed in hushed tones, and decisions are being made that directly impact her family and legacy. Nikki senses something is off, even if she can't quite put her finger on it yet. That uneasy feeling in her gut is no coincidence, because the truth being hidden from her is far more dangerous than she imagines. Behind closed doors, Victor is once again playing chess, while everyone else thinks they're playing checkers. His intentions may be rooted in protecting the Newman Empire, but his methods are questionable, especially when they involve shutting Nikki out. Victor believes he knows what's best, and that belief is pushing him to keep critical information from his wife. The problem is that Nikki has never responded well to being underestimated or excluded, especially when concerns her children and grandchildren. When she finds out that Victor has been orchestrating moves without her input, the fallout could be explosive. Complicating matters further are the secrets involving the next generation of Newmans. Nikki prides herself on being the emotional glue that holds the family together, but what's unfolding behind her back threatens to undermine that role completely. There are signs that one of the younger Newmans is being manipulated, possibly pressured into a situation that could have long-term consequences. Nikki would never stand by silently if she knew the truth, which is exactly why certain people are working overtime to keep her in the dark. Phyllis Summers may also play a key role in this brewing disaster. Her history with Nikki is complicated, filled with uneasy truces and lingering mistrust. If Phyllis knows something Nikki doesn't, it's only a matter of time before that knowledge becomes a weapon. Whether intentionally or not, Phyllis has a way of exposing secrets at the worst possible moment, and her involvement could ensure that Nikki learns the truth in the most painful way imaginable. What makes the storyline especially powerful is how deeply it connects to Nikki's past. She has fought addiction, survived heartbreak, and stood strong through countless Newman crises. Yet betrayal, especially from those she loves most, remains her Achilles heel. The idea that people she trusts are making decisions behind her back cuts deeper than any public scandal ever could. This isn't just about business or power. It's about respect, loyalty, and Nikki's place within her own family. As the tension builds, viewers will notice Nikki becoming more observant, asking sharper questions, and refusing to be brushed aside. She may not have all the answers yet, but Nikki Newman is no fool. When the walls start closing in and the truth finally comes to light, her reaction will be unforgettable. Whether she confronts Victor, exposes a secret alliance, or takes matters into her own hands, one thing is certain. Nikki will not stay silent once she knows what's been happening behind closed doors. The shock ahead isn't just about what Nikki will discover, but how it will change her moving forward. Trust will be tested, relationships will be strained, and the Newman family could find itself more divided than ever. For fans of The Young and the Restless, this storyline promises intense drama, emotional confrontations, and a powerful reminder that in Genoa City, Secrets never stay hidden forever, especially from a woman as strong and perceptive as Nikki Newman. The walls are closing in on Nikki Newman, and for once, even Genoa City's most resilient grand dame may not see a clean escape route. The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for a stunning turn of events that leaves Nikki blindsided, shaken, and forced to confront a reality she never anticipated. Long accustomed to being Victor Newman's strongest ally and emotional anchor, Nikki suddenly finds herself at the center of a storm that threatens her family, her influence, and her sense of control. What makes this moment especially unsettling is that the danger doesn't come from an obvious enemy, but from a convergence of secrets, shifting loyalties, and choices made behind closed doors. Nikki has always been a survivor, from addiction battles to public scandals to power struggles inside the Newman Empire. She has faced hardship with grace and grit. Yet this looming situation strikes at a deeply personal level. The problem isn't just external pressure. It's a realization that key players in her life have been moving forward without her knowledge. Victor's secret maneuvers, the children's private agendas, and simmering resentments within the family have created a perfect storm. Nikki senses that something is wrong, but she doesn't yet grasp the full scope of what's unfolding. When the truth finally surfaces, it promises to rock her to the core. At the heart of Nikki's unease is Victor Newman himself. While she has stood by him through countless schemes and corporate wars, this time Victor's actions feel different. His determination has taken on an edge that suggests desperation rather than dominance. Nikki begins to suspect that Victor is protecting information he believes will spare her pain. But the irony is that his secrecy may cause even greater damage. The distance between them grows as Nikki notices subtle changes in Victor's behavior, his guarded conversations, and his refusal to answer simple questions. For a woman who values honesty above all else in her marriage, this silence becomes deafening. Meanwhile, the Newman children are far from united, and Nikki is caught in emotional crossfire. Victoria's fierce independence, Nick's growing suspicions, Adam's unpredictability, and Abby's quiet observations all contribute to an atmosphere of tension. Nikki senses that her children are choosing sides, forming alliances that don't always include her. She wants to be the peacemaker, the steady presence who hold the family together. But this time her influence feels limited. The more she tries to intervene, the more she realizes that decisions have already been made without her input. Adding to Nikki's distress is the resurfacing of old wounds she believed had healed. Past mistakes, long-buried regrets, and unresolved guilt begin to resurface, triggered by current events. Nikki is forced to reflect on choices she made years ago and question whether they set the stage for today's crisis. This internal struggle is perhaps the most painful part of her predicament. While she can confront enemies and scandals head-on, confronting her own doubts and fears proves far more difficult. The situation escalates when Nikki learns that her name may be tied to consequences she never intended. Whether it involves a business decision, a legal complication, or a personal betrayal, Nikki is stunned to realize that she could be held responsible for fallout she didn't create. This revelation leaves her grappling with anger and heartbreak in equal measure. She prides herself on loyalty and integrity, so the thought that her reputation could be compromised is deeply unsettling. The question becomes not only how to protect herself, but how to preserve the family legacy she has worked so hard to support. What makes this storyline especially compelling is Nikki's vulnerability. Viewers are accustomed to seeing her as poised and unshakable, yet this unexpected situation strips away her armor. She must navigate a world where trust is uncertain, and even the people she loves most may not be fully honest with her. Nikki's emotional journey becomes a focal point as she weighs whether to confront Victor directly, lean on one of her children, or quietly gather the truth on her own. Each option carries risks, and time is not on her side. As the drama unfolds, Nikki's response will shape the future of the Newman family. Will she reclaim her power by demanding transparency and accountability, or will she choose a more cautious path to protect those she loves? One thing is certain. Nikki Newman is standing at a crossroads, facing a situation she never saw coming, and the choices she makes now will have lasting consequences. Genoa City should brace itself, because when Nikki finally decides how to handle this crisis, nothing will remain the same.